Hello y'all, this is the MicroNations Unite mod for Hearts of Iron 4. It adds in a few new microstates to Europe. Not everything in this mod is purely historical, but it does aim to try to make these small nations more fun to play. On the country select screen, we are going to go with Andorra, which is stuck between Spain and France. We start off led by Prince Justigatart y Villarreal, and the ruling ideology of the country is non-aligned. Some historical background on Villarreal and Andorra in general. Villarreal was the Bishop of Urgell and the Episcopal co-prince of Andorra from 1920 to 1940. Now about Andorra. It traditionally has two leaders, the Bishop of Urgell and a co-prince from France. This all started back in the Middle Ages with the Count of Foix, who agreed to protect the Roman Catholic Diocese of Urgell, which included Andorra. Foix would eventually become part of the Kingdom of France, which eventually itself became the French Republic, and this explains why Andorra has two heads of state. Taking a look at our military, we have a single unit of Andorran police in the army, and on top of that, we have just one commander. Now for military technology. Our country has the basics, and by that I mean weapons, artillery, and fighter airplanes. To begin the focus tree, we are going to complete government reforms, power to the people, and empower the bishop. Just so you can see them, the other countries this mod adds are Liechtenstein, Monaco, San Marino, and Vatican City. We got our first 150 political power, so we are going to switch our economy law to partial mobilization. After that, maybe we will get a silent workhorse or war industrialist political advisor. Let's expand our army by creating more police units. They're all we got, plus the amount of manpower needed to make them isn't very large. In the focus tree, let's invite priests in the government, build a strong congregation, and then because we can't bolster the church yet, we will do purchase French arms and French immigration. Due to recent developments, we are going to get a fascist demagogue political advisor. We are keeping a close eye on our neighbor Spain because it's August 1936, and the civil war they usually have should start any day now. There it is. Nationalist Spain appeared and has begun fighting with Republican Spain. France needs to have a higher opinion of Andorra for us to be able to do the French immigration focus, so we are going to use some political power to improve relations with them. Fascism is getting quite popular in the country, and because of that, we are going to use the open up political discourse decision, and then eventually we will have a referendum. That French immigration is really helping us out. Soon Andorra will have 5 all-new police divisions. The nation has flipped to the fascism ideology. The country name remains the same, but the flag has changed. With the new party in power, we can now continue along the political part of our focus tree by doing bolster the church, raise Catholic levies, get the Pope's approval, and abolish the co-prince. That last one is going to make France mad. A civil war starts in Mexico. Meanwhile, the one in Spain drags on, and it looks like the nationalists could possibly be losing. News from the United Kingdom, the King's Party has been empowered, and as for our neighbor France, they seem perfectly fine with remaining democratic. The Catholic levies are here. These church levies are a lot better in terms of quality and quantity, in fact, when compared to our pre-existing Andorran police units. The Vatican City has accepted our guarantee for independence, and also the Pope is guaranteeing our independence. To improve Andorra's military capabilities, we are going to set our conscription law to limited conscription, get an offense expert for the chief of the army, and get an infantry guy for military high command. The focuses continue. Let's complete a bishop, a king, maybe God's army, and rally the faithful. The Spanish Civil War gets a third combatant in the form of Carlist Spain. Also, nationalist Spain transformed into the Spanish Directory. Now there are anarchists. Maybe it's a good thing we are just acting as spectators to all of this madness. For now, with a bishop a king finished, the Bishop of Urgell has become available to us as a field marshal. We're going to wait to do God's army, but we will go ahead and get Rally the Faithful completed in order to get a larger military. The faithful have been gathered, and they are represented by 5 very good veteran Catholic warrior divisions. I noticed in the focus tree there is nothing stopping us from doing a few left-leaning communist focuses, so we're going to do those and get ourselves more manpower and factories. We have made quite the army. It has a total of 70,000 soldiers in it, and I am pretty sure that is close to Andorra's population in 2021. With that said, that number is definitely greater than what Andorra's population would have been in the 1930s and 40s. The Carlists are the first to lose in the Spanish Civil War, and it appears that the Republicans may be next. We are going to start trying to deploy more church levies. The reason for this is that they are individually more stronger as divisions than the Andorran police. Relations were improved with the Soviet Union so that we can complete a focus related to them. I guess we can add Joseph Stalin to the list of people who support Andorra. The Spanish Civil War is still going on, and it looks like it could go in any direction. In the focus tree, let's complete request French investment and some stuff centered around armed forces. In another part of Europe, a crisis in Slovenia has resulted in the creation of an alliance between France, Romania, Czechoslovakia, as well as Yugoslavia, and they are all fighting the German Reich. Since the Germans tried to invade them, Luxembourg joined the French alliance, and Croatia popped up and joined the Axis. The Spanish Civil War is down the two sides, the Regional Defense Council of Aragon and the Spanish Directory. With that in mind, we are going to do God's Army and the Spanish Inquisition. The Anglo-German alliance has been created. Effectively, this means the UK will join the Third Reich in their fight against the French alliance. Japan declares war on Communist China, Hungary joins the Axis, Italy may attack Yugoslavia later, and the Spanish Directory is about to die. The anarchists win the Spanish Civil War, not for long though, because Andorra is about to come in with a focus that will give them a war goal on the Regional Defense Council of Aragon. France may not be around for much longer, so we might justify on them to try and get some easy territory gains. We've started our attack on the anarchists. Spain in Hoi 4 is usually extremely weak after the Civil War ends, and this time is no exception. We are going to complete the focus, a heavenly state. Also, we are officially justifying on France, who isn't doing too good right now. Our plans for the French are no more because the German Reich took everything. Also, I would like to point out that Great Britain controls all of Ireland, and besides that, Croatia annexed Yugoslavia. We have beaten Spain. Every part of it shall join Andorra. A heavenly state is done. We got cores on a few states, and we are now led by a Crusader king, who is the Episcopal Catholic Bishop, co-prince from earlier. We are going to invade Portugal, who is guaranteed by the Canadians. It is for this reason we join the Axis, because otherwise it would be pretty hard for us to even get to Canada. The Crusader King's forces are going to reach Lisbon soon. Meanwhile, the British are having fun landing in Quebec. We got to march to the Pacific to capture Vancouver, which isn't too bad. On another note, all of the fighting has decimated our army. Like the police units, they're gone. They got destroyed. Canada is about to fall, and Poland had the idea to join the Commonwealth of Nations, and they aren't a major faction member, so when Canada goes down, they'll go down. Oh my goodness. War score works in mysterious ways sometimes, and by that I mean we didn't get any of Portugal, but Andorra did get Poland as a puppet, so take that, Hitler. The whole direction this took was somewhat unexpected. Andorra took over Spain, it became a Catholic Crusader state, and I am fairly certain that it is 100 times its original size. The video is going to stop here. If you enjoyed the mod, check it out in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment because it helps the algorithm recommend the video more. Have an awesome day. I'll see you later. Bye.